Hello, 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 everybody. Oh my goodness. Am I late for the tardy for the party? Okay, so I'm not doing this. Okay, I'm going to look at it on here because when I don't, I end up touching things. Okay, I don't want those notifications. One moment, un momento, por favor. Okay, so I see me, so I must be in the right place. I thought I was ready. Joanne Stevens says, hello, sissy, and to all in the chat. Hi, baby. With daylight savings time, I'm talking to my little sister, Joanne Stevens. I can't get our schedules together. And haven't talked to you for 2 days. Sorry about that. Our treasured home, Nancy says, hello, Auntie Ellen. And she's speaking to Auntie Joanne. And Mike is saying, hello, 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 everybody. Oh, Baloo's Clues. Hi, Tiffany. How are you? I hope you're feeling better. Well, girlfriend, do not go out there in the snow that's coming this weekend. Donzel Cooper says hello, hello, hello. Well, I was just thinking to myself, oh, don't forget to give the thumbs up, everybody. And if you're here for the replay, thank you and welcome. Moderators, I appreciate you. I wouldn't have a channel without you because I can't see what's going on. And you guys keep me informed and keep the chat the way it's supposed to be. Something funny came up. Well, first let me finish thanking everybody. Friends and family club members, thank you. I appreciate you. And subscribers. If there's anybody I forgot to thank, I want to thank the Academy. No, I'm just being silly. But something funny happened. I posted a little video because I'm rooting some ginger, right, as a gardener. And in Connecticut, I've had prolific harvests. And when I do, I always start it the same way, indoors. I root them in the oven. Hey, Maria Graham. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. And it said that and it was like a 1 minute video, and it was an update for the WIG Grow Off. And it told me to go through the video and rate the video. Did it have offensive language? I don't know whether they thought that the ginger root was a body part or what. I was trying to get ready for the live stream, and I said, ain't nobody got time for this. I'll get back to it later. So if I don't get monetized with that little thing, I really don't give a rat's. A rat's. Okay. For those of you who are content creators, don't forget to put an exclamation mark GQUAT in the chat to drop your link. I actually thought, okay, I actually thought that the oh, well, first I had an update on my phone. Do any of you ever get updates and then you go to your phone and it's like you have a whole freaking new phone? Oh my goodness. It's like I'm going through trying to figure out everything that's going on and where things are, how they work, and it's just so annoying. And the update is on my phone, my MacBook, my iPad died. I haven't taken it to the shop, but I did get some good information. I was going to take my MacBook to the Geek Squad in Walmart, and one of the subscribers said, "No, Auntie, don't do that. Take it to a certified Apple place." So I'm going to do that, and it's not too far from here. It's down there by the university, and it's a huge, huge shop. And I'm going to wait and take it there with officially trained people. It's old, and it was a gift from a former client. I was going to have some surgery. I think it was a hip replacement a couple, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And the former client called me, asked me about some things, how I was doing. And he's actually a well well known realtor in New York City. So he makes a ton of money, and he was saying, "Oh, Auntie, I'm waiting for 130,000 in commissions. What can I do to help you?" And I said, "Well, I have medical problems, so money is not going to help that. But I tell you what, this MacBook is kind of heavy for me to carry around. I would love to have a new iPad because I dropped my old one, or one of the kids had dropped it back then." And he said, "Okay, well, I'm waiting on a couple things. I'll get back to you." I said, "Okay." The day before my surgery, he told me to go to, oh, what is it? The place where you get all the electronics. He said, "Go there, Auntie, and pick it up. It's paid for." And he bought me a brand new iPad Plus, or I think that's what it's called, but it was the 11.5-inch one. That was a step up from the 10-inch one. That was really nice. Francesca saying hello. Hello, everybody's saying hello to Francesca. I got back from my morning appointments. I missed most of you guys. Psalm 146. Good God's glorious evening, Auntie and everyone. From the proverbial snow bushes. Girlfriend, you better get out of there before that snowstorm comes. Most of you who are in the sound of my listening voice will be getting some type of a storm this Saturday and Sunday. Now, I was getting kind of apprehensive because I haven't seen my mother for 2 weeks. Last week I couldn't go, last Sunday, because we had a snowstorm. I don't drive in the snow. I do. I didn't even clean my car off until yesterday. Yes, I have a car, you guys. It's painful for me to sit. It's even more painful for me to drive. And to drive an hour each way with my leg all cramped up is just uncomfortable. Francesca says this minus 17 temperature without the wind chill is just raw. It's coming this way tomorrow. Psalm 146 says that she's putting up extra plastic over the windows to keep the cold out. My dad used to do that on the bottom floor windows anyway. Okay. Did I put that up? Okay. How many of you are making extra preparations for the weather? Put a one in the chat. I tell you, we haven't had big snowstorms in Connecticut. I think it was 2018, the last big one we had here, because I was living on the North Carolina homestead at the time. And I came here, and I think it was like in February. And I think it was when my dad passed. And I was driving my Chrysler PT Cruiser, and I parked it. We have a stone wall on one side of the house, and the house next door, my mom's house, it was a big. Maybe the wall was a little over 6 feet on one side, and my car was downwind of it. when the snow drifts came, my car, it totally covered over my car. My car was under there. We had to shovel it out. And when I had to stay there for about a week, when I got back to North Carolina, and that was like late February, the buds were coming up in the fields, were turning green for the crops. Baloo's Clue said she will definitely be out there. She has to take care of 2 driveways and 3 sidewalks. I love the snow. I do too. But listen, you guys, do you hear it? My indigestion, my bronchitis is almost gone. I see my ear, nose, and throat doctor next week. A lot of good she did when I was really sick. I couldn't get over there, and they didn't make it easy. And she wouldn't give me anything without, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. Yeah, well, guess what? I went to urgent care. I went to urgent care. You did a lot of preps this fall to be ready for times like this. So she will be ready. Mike says it's 1 below 0. Whoa. You guys, I used to have to walk. Oh, here's the story. This is the one. I used to walk to school in the snow. They didn't have school buses back then. Elementary school, junior high school, we had school buses by high school, but the high school was like, I don't know, at least 5 miles away, Sissy. You remember we used to catch the bus to school, but there were like two high schools in the whole entire town. So some people were not close to the schools. And the school we went to was way, way, way out. Maria Graham says, Mike, you, that's crazy. You have to stay inside. Blues Clues says, thank goodness for Duluth gear. If they lose power, she will have it. I am so piled up with quilts. Yesterday, Stacy Hands in the Dirt. I was in their live stream last night, and he was saying to go get the moving blankets from where was it, Big Lots, something like that. But guess what I have in the back of the Jeep, you guys? I bought, or actually my daughter bought me one of the big blue moving blankets when I moved here, and I keep it in the back of the Jeep because that's where Hershey's big kennel is, and I hide things in there, but I cover it up. It looks like one of those covers that they have on the pickup truck in the back, so it just looks like it's covered up. But I stick stuff in there, like when I buy water for mommy or special tea, sugar free. Except, guess what? It got so cold here in Connecticut that a Diet Coke, where the top fits into the can, I never knew it could do that. The whole thing exploded out and spilled soda back there. No, you got to work school. Yeah, that's how it is in Connecticut. Things don't slow down before just because it is snowing. L Triple G Love, thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. It's great to see you. It's great to see you. I hope your greenhouse and all that stuff is great. I thought everything on me was good for today. I didn't really rest. I went shopping Monday. I went to Wally World and stacked up on stuff. Couldn't leave it out there in the back of the big Jeep. Couldn't leave it there because it's going to freeze. I had to go and bring all that stuff in. I had a big delivery from Amazon. I'm going to show you my mail haul in a minute. And Maria Graham, I did get your mail. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then, so Amazon came yesterday. Amazon came today. And the driver today finally did what my delivery instructions asked. I put inside there a disabled senior and how to get in the building. It's a secure building, so you have to dial a certain code, and then from my cell phone, I can buzz you in. Well, they don't do that, and this is a building with 79 apartments. It's a 9-story building with like basically almost nine apart. No, the first floor. Anyway, 79 apartments. It's broken up, and they're supposed to bring it in, and it says disabled senior, bring to the door, and it has my door number because they just dialed it to get in. Well, they don't do that because there are other people in the building. There's a table in the stupid lobby. They go dump the packages there. Luckily, it's a good area. Anybody could walk, anybody who's has access to the building, meaning like you can't walk in from the street, but anybody visiting anybody could just pick up the package and walk away. So, for that reason, I pay for a very expensive P.O. box in this area. And I go, whenever I feel like it, up all those steps in this old historic building and get my mail. I don't have an aide right now, so I don't have anybody else to go. And I go when I feel like it, couple 2 times a week. Tina, hey, Tina, be safe over there. Say bone, Tina. Stay safe over there because ice is going down to Louisiana. I have family in Louisiana, and my baby sister actually has some, what do they call, air property there? Air, that she got, her and her husband invested in some property there, and she still owns it. And people are saying hello to Tina. I am so behind on I watch TV, you guys. Without my glasses, I cannot see normal stuff. And and but then I can't chat because I have to rest my eyes with the glaucoma, the blue light and everything. Even though my all my glasses, not all of them, not my Dollar Tree glasses, the other glasses have that blue screen in it so that it helps with the lighting, but it still bothers me. And having been legally blind at one time, and I have r- gotten back the vision in one eye. I am so appreciative, and I don't want to do anything to end up blind again. I couldn't I couldn't pour coffee without pouring it on my hand on the counters. The great grandkids thought that was hilarious, of course. I'm just standing there carefully. I still do it. I still do it. I read a book about an actor that most of you guys probably have not heard about. His name was Sammy Davis Jr., and he was in a very, very bad car accident and ended up losing sight in one eye. Well, it messes up your depth perception. And he said it was years before he could pour something. Sometimes I am doing stuff and I'm like, oh, how did that get on the floor? Why is there always so much stuff on the floor? So here in Connecticut, we are getting across the board at least a minimum of a foot of snow. When I had a house about a half a mile from here, I had one of those old Connecticut colonial houses in the city of New Haven, and my house was on the corner, and then we had a private driveway, and the 6 houses on the next street and my house, which was on a corner of a different street, our garages were back there. Well, Hunty, the Marine Corps guy, and his next door neighbor, they were always having a contest of who had the best snowblower. So as soon as the snow would start, they would be out there 3 o'clock in the morning, lit up like all who knows what. And and I would come, they would blow all the way, the whole driveway. But now I had a little fence on my property on the going through the side and the back. So I only had to shovel out between the back door and the gate to go to the garage. But the front of the house, you it had a little entrance foyer. Then it had one of those old vintage. It wasn't a porch. It was like a little stoop. I had Belgian blocks put on it, but it held ice. And then the blue slate. Then you go down two or three of those. Then you walk out a little bit. Then you go down two or three more steps, and then you go out a little bit to get to the sidewalk. So I never used the front door, but that's where the mailman delivered mail. So you couldn't get mail unless you shoveled out there. I had the same post office that I use now back then. Oh, they're talking about the temperature. Francesca says it's minus 17. I have been snowed in off grid, you guys. When I lived on the North Carolina homestead that my family has, it was 12 miles from the nearest town. So we had there were no snow trucks, no snow plows. Sometimes they would put brine way out in the country. And we had one building that had a wood stove back in the day. But when I moved back down there in 2007, I had a propane stove put in there because that it was a one bedroom mobile home on the other side of the property where I used to do my canning, and I had intended for it to be my office and studio. But when I built the house, I built the studio in the 1,500 square feet on the second floor. Oh, LGG finished her first bag. You know what? I am going to drop the link if you would like to come up and show it, or if anybody would like to show what they're getting snowed in. Baloo's Kaloo says hello to anyone she missed. She was cooking. You have to go to your cousins now. Hope everyone enjoys their blessed day. Thank you, and God bless you too. God bless all of you. And stay safe and warm. Now, here in Connecticut, we are AI generated. What is that? Oh my gosh. This computer. Okay, so let me copy an invite link. Allow them to do. Oh. Uno momento, por favor. I'm going to do Command V. T Nog said they got rain last night, but the weather is not bad right now. L Triple G said she sent me a video. Command V. I can't wait to see it. I was chastised today in a nice way. Hey, PIA, what did I see you doing? Oh, making your own bone meal. Because I had a question about that. PIA, you don't have to worry about dogs or animals digging up the bone meal when you put it outside. Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. I make a lot of bone broth, but I just toss the bones afterwards. And I don't put meat. I do not put meat in my compost. So I'm just wondering about that. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link if any of you would like to come up. Okay, is this where I pin it? No, I guess there's where I pin it. Boy, walking and chewing bubble gum at the same time over here, you guys. Okay, let's move on with. Oh, I changed. I changed around my display of some things. Over here, I changed the quilt that I had up there, the crazy quilt, and I want to show you the back of it because you don't normally see the back of quilts. And when you go to quilt shows, they have ushers there with white gloves. You're not allowed to touch the quilts with your bare hands. Your bare hands have oils and acids and everything. So they have people with acid free gloves. And if you want to see the back, the label, everybody, all the quilters, they want to see the back of things. They want to see if it's all ugly, all stitched up. Oh, it's bone meal to amend the soil. Everybody's speaking. Oh, I knew what you meant. So I put Miss Mignon up there, and she's actually made out of African fabrics. And it was, haha, Mike, how do you think that got up there, Michael? Actually, I may or may not have allegedly climbed up on the sofa, climbed up on the arm of the sofa, but I have a grabber stick that I took the edge down and slid the old quilt off, slid the new quilt on, and then pushed it back up with the grabber. Allegedly, allegedly. But I want to show you something interesting. Well, a couple of things. Some of the some of the people, the quilters, are making quilted jackets. I have made a lot of them in my day. And I took out this one, my favorite one. These are made of African fabrics. And those of you who want to make it, these were 4-inch pieces of fabric that I hand cut. I hand cut them, and I sewed all the random scraps. I don't even know how many I had. I don't remember, into what they call a snake. They call it a snake because it's just a long piece of fabric. And then you get a sweatshirt that's 2 sizes too large, and you wash it and you dry it so that it pre-shrinks. And I made mine. Oh, you know who has some really nice thick sweatshirts? Costco. They were really, really thick, really plush. So I wanted this nubby side in the inside. So I actually have mine. The inside is actually the sweat jacket, and I like the way it feels on my skin. But this one, when I got, oh, and you can put pockets on them. Thank you, Marie Graham. She says, nice jacket. And you you can see all these different fabrics, and this was yardage that I pre-cut. I see others using fat quarters, whatever. I never had fat quarters. I used to excuse me, because I had a long arm machine and a shop. I had to buy yardage because I had to put backing on all these quilts that I was finishing on my long arm machine. But I want to show you something different. What I did, I made a binding, and I put it on the bias. I don't always put quilt bindings on the bias cut, but when I'm using cuts, uh, um, Francesca says she's willing to have somebody come and trap minks on her property for a mink coat if you want. Yeah, I saw somebody with nutria. Oh, it was Andale Homestead that had nutria. Those are meat eating animals for those of you who don't know. So going back to this jacket, when I got to the sleeves, oh, and I wanted to give you guys a little tip for those of you who want to make one. I may go on. discourse and do a sew along, because there are a million different ways to make a sweatshirt jacket. Just like there are a million different ways to make a pound cake, there are a million different ways to make a sweatshirt jacket. So you can make it any way you want or follow anybody you want. But when I got to this jacket, I had all these colors here, and I said, "Oh, I don't want it to be too busy." So I cut these sleeves with one piece of fabric. These two sleeves, and it took a lot more fabric than you think. I think it took like 4 to 6 yards of fabric plus the binding. Other jackets, I have put pockets on them. You said I'm pretty frisky. I am. I am. I'm always doing something. And uh, after after I cut the jacket parts apart, well, it was a sweatshirt. It wasn't a jacket at first. What I did, I used masking tape, and I put left shoulder, right shoulder, back, left front, right front. When you take all those pieces apart, everything starts looking alike, and you're doing it from the reverse. You're doing things on the reverse. What looks like left is right, and what's right is left. Oh, Maria Graham, thank you. I'm growing. I'm growing into my hair. Hey, Mona, did what? Thank you for coming, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I was just talking about my adventures and my sweatshirt jackets, and this one just happens to be my favorite one. I walked into a quilt show with it on, and people stopped me at the door. Oh, so after you have all the parts, some people left the shoulders intact. I cut mine totally apart because I like fitted jackets. I like my shoulders fitted. And I took the whole piece apart and laid it open flat for the sleeve. This one I did the same. And then I used the pieces of the cut jacket, of the cut sweatshirt, and I laid them out like a pattern. Then I cut them to fit the shape of the left front, right front, shoulders, and the back. Then later on, I put the binding on it. I have also made sweatshirt jackets with jelly rolls. But again, I've always cut my own jelly rolls, because back in the day, I think up until I want to say the year 2000, I use all the traditional fabrics. I use Civil War fabrics. I use 30s fabrics. I used feed sacks. I used everything. And everything was, I started quilting at age 50. I had been sewing since I was 7 years old, and I was working. So I joined. My mother wanted a quilt. I couldn't find anybody to make a quilt, even for $2,500 was the commission rate I was going to pay back in 2000. So finally, I went and got 25 yards of coordinating fabric, and I made one myself. Francesca, this jacket doesn't have a zipper or buttons. This particular one, you can put a zipper on it. You can buy a 30-inch zipper. Oh, wait a minute, let me check. Each jacket is different because you cut it separately. Okay. So this one would take, oh yeah, a 22-inch zipper, but be sure and get a metal zipper. Don't get one of those little cheap plastic ones, because as soon as you bend forward, it'll break, especially if you're using it for an outside jacket. I actually lived in North Carolina when I made this one, and it wasn't all that cold most of the time. Now, as opposed to the jacket, I didn't make this jacket, of course, But you see, this one has like a plastic zipper. It's a pretty heavy duty zipper, but still, I wouldn't put this. It looks like it has a metal pull. Maybe it's some kind of metal that's painted to look like it. But you can put buttons on it. You can put zippers on it. You can do whatever you like. Whatever you like. I like I was saying, I've made these with jelly roll strips. Okay. I have a surprise for you guys. And let me see. At least I thought I had a surprise. I don't know what happened. Okay, Maureen Chavis. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything. And I appreciate each and every one of you. You like buttons or zippers? It's free choice. Free choice. Okay. Oh, here we go. Hold on 1 second, girlfriend. Oh, what happened? There you are.
Am I
So,
doing?
you guys, this is L Triple G Love. For those of you who don't know her, her favorite color is green, and she is modeling her latest and greatest crochet piece. Would you like to tell us about yourself and what you have done, my dear?
Well, I started crocheting because, well, I started in junior high school. You know, they taught you those things back in the day. And so, but since I've been on YouTube and I've seen everybody being so creative, it drew me back to being able to. I remember the skills like riding a bike, you know?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so I've been always doing blankets, you know? I do a lot of blankets.
Oh, that's beautiful. Keep it
I do,
nearby.
yeah. I do a lot of blankets. I've done one for every family member, and this is for them to remember me when God takes me home. They can still be warm and snuggly, but something that I created with my own hand.
That is so
So
cool.
yeah, but I'm always watching Mona and everybody, and then I'm gonna start trying to do your your skill, which is kind of intimidating because you are a great original person that makes such amazing patterns and everything. But anyway, you're perfect. So let's
I'm
just
not,
forget.
there's no such thing as perfect.
In the quilting world, you are as close as we're gonna get to it, okay? Because I don't know
Well,
anybody else.
oh, well, thank you. But there's no such thing as perfect.
God
I
is
promise,
perfect,
I
and God is in
promised you.
you.
I
Mhm.
promised you. And then I intentionally change patterns around. Yesterday, there's a channel. I belong to the Quilt Africa Fabrics tribe,
Mm.
and it consists of quilters around the world. And just because the um, the tribe is located in Nigeria, some are Americans, some are in Australia, some are in different countries, all
Mm.
races, and they were talking about is improvisational quilting, which is when you make up your own pattern, sort of, kind of like the one I took down, which is a crazy quilt,
Wow, amazing.
and it has pieces of buttons, pieces of
Mm.
crochet.
Mm. Mm.
Um, I don't know if you can see this one. It says faith. This
Mm.
is a piece of African fabric that is embroidered. And in the middle of each block, which you guys couldn't see, this was actually four 12-inch squares. me put this down so I don't have to hold these ancient arms up. There is an African woman in there. You
Mm.
see, there's a button here. Just I collect buttons. I have some vintage buttons that my mother gave me, and I have buttons Auntie Joanne has purchased. She has paid $25, $50 for buttons. You guys, I
Wow.
can't see the chat right now, but I'll get back to it. And
Mm-hmm.
this, the middle of each block has a lady. Some of these fabrics were. This is from the Mashantucket Pequot Indian tribe here in
Mm.
Connecticut. I used to go to powwows and take my students there when I taught in the after school program in the summers. This is like pieces of crochet, all kinds of fabric, velvet, satin, everything.
Wow. Wow.
The reason I took it down to show you guys, if you don't mind,
Wow.
was because this is this is actually the back of the quilt.
Mm.
It's almost like a double-sided quilt.
Mm. That is scrumptious.
And those of you who know me know I love pearls,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't have a lot of pearls or cultured pearls because of the contamination of the waters in Africa. So they do have cowrie shells, and that's what I put on here. I
Wow.
are you tired of standing? You could
No,
stand.
no, no, not at
No,
all. I'm
no.
here. I'm here for it all.
Oh, good,
Oh yeah.
good,
I
because
love it.
we can enjoy your visit. I don't know how much of you know about wampum. Um, Francesca said she's always cold. I'm always warm. I'm always warm. I had to raise the heat in my apartment because I have hydroponics and I had to raise it up to 70 because I usually keep it on 68. And everybody's saying hi to Maureen Chavez. Thank you for, I did say thank you for coming and welcome. Thank you for hanging around and visiting with us. Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything. Just like my inhaler on the floor, but I don't think I need it anymore. You guys, I had some kind of little bronchial thing since, oh gosh, the day after Christmas. So that was the back of the quilt. And I don't always do my quilts like that. I have one, two, three quilts four in progress right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not making any new quilts this year except I have a couple of projects and I will try to figure which order to show them to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I always crochet. I have
Mm.
been crocheting since like I was 4 years old. Also, Auntie Joanne and my mother and grandmother taught us. And we would sit down. Sometimes we had that old tangled yarn and hold our arms out. And I think that was just to keep us still for a while. But
Mm-hmm.
now, whenever I take the senior handicap bus, most places, and you have to wait, there's a half-hour window after you book your appointment to be picked up, a half-hour appointment minimum
Mm-hmm. Yes.
at the end. But I go with some of my friends in the building, and that's
Mm-hmm.
our visit time, our chat time, because the rest of the time I'm ducking them. Nobody comes in my apartment. You gotta call me before you come by. I have a
Mm-hmm.
sign on my door right now says, "Please do not disturb." And
Nice.
I love being home alone. It's
Mm.
it's on one story here. That's why I moved here
Mm.
because I've had some health issues. I actually woke up from a coma 11 years ago, and then after that, I get headaches. It's quiet, and it's on one floor. So I like being by myself.
I
You know,
do too.
I guess I'm special needs now because I can come here during COVID. I was so happy. Nobody could come in the building. Nobody could bother me. I didn't have to go out if I didn't want to. I had excuses. But when I'm waiting, this is what I do. Whether it's like acrylic or wool or whatever. This is actually going to be my grandson's gift. His father's birthday is in February, and I'm going to make his father one in camo. But I don't.
Mm.
They live together, and won't give one without the other.
Oh, okay.
So going back to the weather in North Carolina, when it used to snow, you were on your own. When the power went down, that was it. That was it. I had my own oil tank, so I guess that was kind of like being off grid because we had oil delivery in two of the buildings, and I had a propane tank. Oh, and I had another one bedroom mobile home. I lived on 4 acres, and that was my doghouse. At night,
Mm.
I brought my show dogs inside, and
Wow.
I had a little heater in there. And then
Mm.
every once in a while, I'd have a litter of puppies, so I kept them warm. And then but the house was all electric. Ugh, I hated that. Electric stove, everything. So when the power went out, the electricity, we just wouldn't open like the big freezer. There was the side by side freezer in the kitchen, so it was like 6 feet tall, and I don't know how many square feet with the water and stuff. If you didn't open the door a lot, it didn't get real. The food stayed well done. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
well preserved.
Yeah, I see. Solid.
Yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then me, you never got to the house. This house is precious. But one of my neighbors came down the other day, and I think she was going to babysit for some nieces and nephews. And she said, "Ellen, do you have peanut butter?" Hey, girl, is pig
Mm.
meat pork? Of course I do.
Of
So I
course.
went in. One of my pantry things is ceiling to floor,
Mm.
and then I have another like under cabinet area with it turns around. Then all the other cabinets. So she came, and she looked at it. I gave her one creamy, one nut, and she said, "Oh, this one has been open." So I guess when I had an 8 or something, she must have made some peanut butter sauce or some treats, and she took one. I said, "I don't even put open food in that cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
I do once I open something. That's for stuff that's like you go to the store, go shopping.
Right.
That's where I go my shopping. I have stuff, and then I buy extra stuff. Then I say, well, I have great grandchildren that like this or that, or they make mac and cheese. So I'll buy like shells, ziti, different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was stocking up, but
Yeah.
I got reprimanded today. Your nails look
Oh.
real pretty, girlfriend. I meant to tell you
Mhm.
before.
Thank you.
Oh, you fancy. You fancy. And whenever you're ready to come visit, you can just come visit, come for the weekend, throw your machine in there so we can practice on your own machine, and we'll
Absolutely.
just have we'll just have a get together.
Yes. A
When I lived in
sultan.
Yes, when I lived in North Carolina, I think I told you guys I had a 1,500 square foot studio on the second floor. When I built the house, I had 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on the first floor, with all the other room. But the second floor, it looked like there was no second floor, but you go up there and there was a door at the bottom, and the whole thing was a studio. I have a video somewhere. I can attach it to show you guys. I had my long arm. I had 35 sewing machines up there, but they were they were collector. I used to collect those old black singers, couple featherweights, embroidery machines, the computer dedicated to that, and that was like my playhouse when you lock the gate on the street and nobody can come in, and you go play with all your toys.
That's right.
all by your own
I
self.
believe you showed it at one time on one of your lives.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can pull it up, but now that I have the free version now, they only let you,
Mm,
they only let you do a couple of little things.
mm-hmm.
But I just love sitting there and just doing whatever I want to do. So that's what I wanted to show you guys, Miss Mignon. I want to show you what my plans are for this year, not resolutions, but plans. The next thing I had, one of my friends in Minnesota, no, Utah, her mother passed, and her mother had started making a denim quilt. And she finished the quilt her mother was making, and then she sent me some of the pieces of fabric that were cut out, and they were really strange pieces the way she put them together. So slowly I cut some more. My granddaughter collects old jeans for me, and she works in the school, and some of the other teachers and paras.
Mm,
So this is what she put together.
nice.
I don't think yeah, this part, I know the black part she put together. So I added to the top and the back, and I'm going to make a tote out of it. But then the stabilizer that I pulled out, and then just in the last couple days this week, I made the two straps because I wanted to make the straps long enough that this bag will fit over my walker. You
Mm-hmm.
know, or I can use it for a cross shoulder bag
Nice.
because it seems like I can put it. It's not going to be a big bag. When
Right.
this one is finished, it's going to be like 6 inches on each side. It's going to be a deep bag, and it's going to have a lining, these straps. Then, because I always sew everything in twos, I cut some. I did a tutorial on how to make a hobo bag, and everybody in my family has a hobo bag except me, because every
Mm,
time I make one, I say it's for me,
mm-hmm.
baby.
Somebody. Mm,
They get a lap dance. They put that money in the chat, and they say, "Oh, Auntie, we want that one." The only time I
mm-hmm.
get one is if I embroider my name on it. This one, I've actually, even though I'm keeping it for myself, I have this really nice label in
Mm,
leather
beautiful.
by Crafty Leo, and
Mm-hmm.
I asked her to make it. She can burn it in,
Mm,
and I'm gonna put this over here because this one, the front and the back are kind of looking alike, and I'm going to put this
so
star on it,
nice.
and I'm going to put my name on it. I haven't decided
Mm,
how. I do have an embroidery machine, you guys. It's just that
mm,
there's too many toys. I don't have enough room for all of them.
mm,
But these are work in progress, or they call them WIPs. And this one, because I was cutting out the star, she gave me that star, and I wanted to make another one. So I put double sided heat and bond on this one. And when I actually cut that one, I will cut this one out as well.
mm. Stunning.
Thank you. So,
Did you make your jacket that you're wearing too?
no, I didn't make
No.
this one.
Okay, okay.
And this one is very old. It's
Mm,
actually like silk. And I
mm-hmm.
have some silk pants that are purple. But
Mm,
baby, all that purple sticking out. We were in Hands in the Dirt live stream last night, and what was one of the questions he was asking? Like, what body part or something sticks out the most? I think I was the only one that put hips. If I need
mm-hmm.
anything, I have a sign in my stomach that says "Apply directly to hips,"
Yes.
and boom boom. But
Okay.
that's why I try to never turn around and show my back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what's in this box is something I have mailed you guys, and what this is something for my mom because she had she had forgotten. She said, actually, I don't like that, but maybe she will. She had forgotten how to crochet. I think she had a mini stroke, but they never diagnosed it because all of a
Mhm.
sudden one day one of her eyes was larger than the other one. And
Oh,
but to be 94 years old, I'm
listen.
77 and I can't remember some stuff some days.
Mm-hmm.
So,
She's doing amazing.
thank you.
And
I
she looks so good in the picture when you put her for the holidays. She
oh,
she looked it gorgeous as
she-
ever.
thank you because she's happy. And
Mm-hmm.
oh, that was what I got reprimanded about. We are supposed to get a foot of snow this weekend,
Mm.
and it's supposed to start Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I usually go visit mommy on Sunday, and I cook something and I bring her snacks. I brought some Gatorade because she had an upset stomach, and I was worried about her getting dehydrated. So I bought like a little case of Gatorade, and I buy her bottled water, and I leave it there. I fill up her windowsill in her room at nursing rehab. I was going to see her the last visit, and there was a gentleman in the hallway, and he said, "Are you going to see Mrs. Pankey?" He figured out I was because Connecticut, you guys, is not a state with a whole lot of black people, except in
Oh.
certain areas.
Mm-hmm.
And where my mother is, there are only a few residents that are black. She's not too far from the house actually. She's about maybe 2 miles from the house. But so the guy told me his name. He said it was John. He says,
Mm.
"Oh, I go visit your mother all the time. Your mother's making me a scarf." And I'm like, "She doesn't have enough of any one yarn to make a scarf. How much
Okay.
how much yarn did you use for your hat and scarf that you have on right now? Can we see the bottom of your scarf?"
But this is my bag.
Oh, we didn't see the bag.
Yes, this is the bag.
Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous.
I put it with a button.
How are you sitting there all that time and didn't wait. Let me see if I can make you big.
Make me big. No,
Okay. I don't know how
it's
to.
okay. Don't I don't make
Oops.
me big.
Wait. I don't know how to. Huh.
I'm small. Well, good. This
Well,
is good
that made it
enough.
worse.
It's okay. We don't want to push
Say, you
buttons.
don't want me knocking Mike off. Mike, you're the closest thing to my heart. That's why every time I touch something, it's like he gets the hug of Auntie Ellen. He gets the touch. He gets
Yeah,
the
so
touch.
I did everything with the crochet, the latch. I only added the button. I crocheted a
Wait,
pocket.
let us see the button up close because the button looks interesting. Oh, that's pretty.
Yes, something I cut off of a old shirt or something. I saved buttons also.
It looks
So
like it came off one of those men's blazers, like those
yeah,
expensive blazers you cut all the buttons off of.
absolutely. And then I did a little embroidery. I mean, I embellished
Lacy.
with, yes, and
I love the colors in it.
I put it opposite side. So this is the bag, this is the pocket. My first time doing it, so I assume I'll get better as I go along.
There's
And it's pretty big, so I can carry all my crochet in here if
when
as
you
we.
come spend the night.
And I made my first heart.
Oh, how cute! And it's a purple. Oh, that's my heart. That is
Abs-
my heart.
I'll put it in the mail, and then I made my
Oh,
hat where it opens at the top, so you can put your hair out.
oh, like a ponytail or something.
Correct,
That's if you
correct.
had enough hair. You have enough hair.
You have enough hair.
That's what people tell me. Well, I don't know how to do hair. People
Mhm.
say, "Well, don't you have a daughter?" I said, "Yes, but I got married young, And my parents raised my daughter, who thinks she's my
Mm-hmm.
mother now. And I never did hair. I could do a French braid on this side and a French braid on this side.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all saw my sloppy ponytail when I was cooking on Saturday. That was my work, all half out.
It's cute though.
Oh, thank you. So,
But maybe you can't help but be cute. How about that?
oh, how about you being so sweet? Thank you. Thank you. And so I bought mommy two 8 ounce skeins of, I like Aran color because it's kind of neutral. So she really did want to make this guy a scarf.
Really?
She could do
Mm.
it with this. And
Mm-hmm.
then she had some, like, I forgot, ombre yarn that she said was too thin. I figured she could mix it with a neutral color and do two strands, like I did with Auntie Joanne and Uncle Roscoe's hat that I made them.
Yes, I have some yarn coming. Jessica had a auction of yarn. I guess she got a collection, so I bought some yarn off of one of the crocheters in
Oh,
the
that's
community.
nice. I love when we do that and when we share. Now this, it's not what I thought I ordered. So this one is actually a stabilizer that I bought to go with these denim bags. I have stabilizer for my embroidery machine, but
Mm.
it's not that heavy. I This is a medium weight, but it's not iron on. So I guess I'll have to stitch it on or not. I'm opening it, you guys. Fighting with it because I have two big donation projects. Maybe it is iron on. I have to see if I think it's a little heavier than the other one I have, and it's a cutaway. I buy tear off sometimes for my embroidery machine.
Mm-hmm.
So we will see. But it feels like it's iron on. Iron on. Let me see what's going on in the chat, you guys. Hold on.
GQUAT, would you like to have a movie be done about your life?
I hadn't thought about it.
Because the wealth of information, how else can it be? It would have to be over a set time just to make it into a complete. Because so many sections of your life is so profound. Uh, you know what I mean?
Oh, thank you. You guys, when we did a meetup, L Triple G Love was so, so enriching. She was so sweet. We'd just be talking, blah, blah, blah. And then the subject of horses would come up. And when you get to live this long and all these books, you guys, I've read all these books. I've
Mm,
been to so many schools for so long. I
mm,
love going to school and going to class, and I accidentally learned a few things. And when I'm talking to people, I just share. We were talking about horses and different things. And can I say your name?
who's that? My name?
Yes.
Levita?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And Levita was just like, "Oh, hold on, Auntie Ellen, hold on." That's actually kind of why I started the channel, which
Mm-hmm.
is GQUAT Traditions, because for those of you who don't know, it's a variety channel, and I talk about the 8 generations that I have been alive and all the things that I have learned up and down the generations. We have 6 living generations now. The pie crust that I used on my live stream on Saturday, that was my granddaughter's kind of pie crust that she uses.
Mm.
I learned things from the younger, things about the computers, things about other things, and I Oh, I missed a lot of people. I'm going to take a minute to say I
Absolutely.
miss T Hop. Thanks for coming. Mr. Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Arthur. Kelly. Jags. Unbiased.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I bought this to go on the bags so that I at least have some upcycled denim that I can show people. I was looking on my computer because I actually have a paid version of Canva. It's the second year. I paid all that money and never
Mm-hmm.
even tried to make anything myself.
Okay.
So I was on there today and I was
Hmm.
going back and I was looking at bags I've made. I'm like, oh, I had forgotten about that one. Looking at quilts I've made. I've been sewing for 70 years. I've
Yes.
only been quilting for about 26 to 25 to 30 years. And some of the first quilts and way back then, I had forgotten about because once they're gone, they're gone. I wish I had thought to take pictures of them.
Hmm.
This is going to be the lining for the little bag. And one of the projects, I actually won a prize on Mr. Arthur Bamit's channel, and it was a cash gift. And I decided that I'm going to, anytime I'm gifted something, I'm going to share it. I'm going to pay it forward. So
Mm-hmm.
one of my projects this year, I don't know, some of you have been here, and I have subscribers who live off grid in other countries, several in Africa, people that live
Mm-hmm.
off grid. And we think that we have a hard time in America.
Hmm.
We take everything for granted.
Hello.
When you see some of them and they live and they're happy, they're
Very.
happy, very happy, and like who is it for us to judge how they live? But there's a project that I wanted to do, and it's a worldwide project. Many people have been doing it. I've been thinking about it for the last year, but I'm finally acting on it. And I won some fabric from Marie's Scrappy Creation, so I
Mm-hmm.
dedicated some of her fabric to this project. And I took some fabric out of my stash, and I had some really pretty fabrics for the top. And I don't know, this might make some of the men uncomfortable. And this will be for the back. And I took some of the money from Mr. Arthur's gift, and I bought some waterproofing. I just ordered it. And these are for liners to make women's washable pads that they can use. And I'm going to send them overseas. I'm just going to make maybe one or two or three a week, and then when it gets to about Christmas, I'm going to send them over. So
Wow.
that is my gift to humanity. Oh, here's one more of the pretty
Amazing.
colors.
Amazing. Amazing.
So and then I took a yard of this black fabric that might look familiar, and I'm going to use this for the back. That way I can stretch the front of the covers. And I already ordered some snaps because I have been thinking about this project for some time. So my two big donation projects this year, anytime you guys give me something, I try to share it. I try to share it. And the other thing is my granddaughter has a friend whose mother just finished chemo, and this friend is always going to see my mother at the nursing home. She's always buying flowers, bringing
Beautiful.
her things, and her mother just went through chemo. So I took out a bunch of. I was going to make a breast cancer quilt, but I didn't want it to be all pink, all pinky, just pink, 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 pink. So I had this focus fabric
That
that
is
has
gorgeous.
a neutral green in it and a
Mm-hmm.
little blue.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to have this one ready for Mother's Day. And
Lovely.
this is actually like some breast fabric
Mm-hmm.
here, and some neutral colors. Oops. Of course, it wouldn't be a live stream if I didn't drop something.
Of
And I
course.
wanted to make it like original. So here are some of the pink fabrics that I will be mixing in. And I'll be making different color blocks, sort of like we do for the Quilts of Valor. When you make, except those
Mm-hmm.
blocks are 12 inches each, and
Mm-hmm.
these are some of the 10-inch blocks that
Mm-hmm.
I have cut. So that will be the projects that I am working on for the year. So,
GQUAT, do you have a book that you have created about all your skills and techniques?
yes and no. I'm actually writing a book which will go back the 8 generations that I have been alive.
Thank you.
I will be doing something with Black History Month is the month of February, but Black History is American history. I will be talking about my personal family history
Mm-hmm.
because I've had a great grandfather. My family has fought in every war that there was in the United States, including the Revolutionary War,
Mm-hmm.
Civil War. Some were slaves, but some were soldiers,
Mm-hmm.
all the way down to now. And some of the things that the reason I started the channel was to record some of the things that I've lived through and that I remember. And my mom is 94, and I really wanted her to go live and talk about it. But
Ooh,
I
that would
would
be
go to her house,
fantastic.
and she never would. She didn't want to do it on screen.
Mm.
So I said, it is up to me. And I have two cousins in Pennsylvania on her side of the family that have shared some of the documentation of my great grandfather, the coal mine that they owned in Pennsylvania during the Civil War, and all the way down, because that part of the family had never been enslaved. And then they moved to Pennsylvania when the Civil War started in Virginia and married Native Americans. And I have that part of the history
Mm.
that I'm trying to mix and
Mm.
merge with
Stunning.
my dad's North Carolina history. And we're trying to put together 20,000 people on a combined family tree.
Uh, um, um, GQUAT, could you ask your mother if there's a compromise where you just hear her voice, but you don't see her on the screen, but she's still telling her story?
Mm. Well, she doesn't hear that well, and I decided I'm going to do it anyway. I will have
Mm-hmm.
some pictures of her like in the background,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
with her voice, I will just go in like I'm doing a video
Correct.
and just put the audio on.
Right, right, right,
Or we FaceTime a lot,
right.
and she's pushing buttons. Some she can push one button. We have a family chat, and there'll be like 8 people on there. Yes, mommy, did you need something? Speaking of mommy, my daughter called me, and she was traveling from Maryland to to New York. And I said, "Well, be careful because you know the snow is coming." And she
Mm-hmm.
said, "Well, I've already booked my train, that Cielo, whatever, that's high speed train is."
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then she gets right off in New York,
Right.
and
I love it.
she lives in Manhattan
Mm-hmm.
part of the time. And I talked to her. So then I said, "Well, I want to go see mommy." And here's my daughter. "Mom, why would you do that? You just
Mm-hmm.
you just told me to be careful about the
Mm-hmm.
snow.
Right.
Why would you do what you want to do, Mom? But
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why you would do that after you just told me to be careful."
Okay. My
Oh
God.
my.
You can't say anything because she already.
and she gave me permission to be grown and be the mother. And but if that's what you want to do, Mom, go ahead.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
It's like I'll be there to pick you up, scrape you up, and
Yes.
bring you
Message
home
received.
and
Yes.
feed you again. We already did this. We already did. Oh, Mom, we already did this dance.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. And then my son's the same way. They never say, "Mom, don't do this, Mom." They're too smart for that, you know. And their work positions, they
Mhm.
work with others, and
Right.
that's not the way you present things to
Mhm.
staff members. So
You're
it's like
diplomatic.
we're on
Yes.
the same team. They let
Mhm.
me know, yeah, well, I know that you're the mother, but
Mhm.
why are you doing? But for them to even ask me why, I know
Mhm.
they're too
Not with your
like
fiery
you
personality.
might want to rethink that, girlfriend. Yes. Well, I was
Mm-mm.
going to sew. I have the strips cut that I'm going. When I make small bags, I always like to have a tie on them because I can open it up and stuff more stuff in there.
Mm.
And then I'm going to put two big pockets
Mm.
on the inside
Mm. I love pockets.
because the outside is so pretty. I didn't want to put, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the one that my friend made for me. So I'm
Right.
going to put these on the inside. I'll be snowed in working on those. I'll do
Mm-hmm.
this, you
You
guys.
don't care what's going on outside because
I
you're
don't
having
give a
fun inside.
I don't give a hoot. I can't wait for the snow to start so nobody can come over. How selfish is that? I got 3 extra packs of beans at the store today.
Okay.
Extra rice. I'm ready.
Mm.
I am ready. So,
Yes.
in closing, is there anything that you would like to say? Oh, you guys, those of you who, just 1 minute, those of you, and I want to give you a chance too, L Triple G Love, are content creators, put an exclamation mark, GQUAT, in the chat, and we can all find your channel.
Excellent.
Okay. So, in parting, what would you like to tell us that you're working on, Lavita?
Oh, well, I'm working on organizing all my seeds because I
Oh,
have a lot of seeds from when I grew over the whole season, and I want to properly label, properly store, and I'm creating a seed go bag. God forbid, anywhere I go, I want to be
oh,
able to give of what I have. So it's got to be ready to go. So that's what I'm working on, and I just appreciate learning from everyone else who has been sharing their knowledge and their love and their lives with us. Know that it's appreciated. Know that we feel it out here in the vast. And I just realized Francesca is in Minnesota
yes.
where all this stressful stuff is happening.
And so is Mike's Chaotic Gardening.
Oh my goodness. So we have family in the midst of stress. But look how long it's been going on. And I'm just oblivious to the fact that this is personal for us now at this point due to the fact that our community lives there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So God knows. But thank you for having me. And I can't wait for spring, and I've dropped a lot of new seeds, skullcap and fennel, just herbs. This is a year of herbs for me because I think we need to start you know taking care of ourselves, but we have to grow and learn about the medicinal piece of the garden. Yeah, I can grow veggies, we can store food, but now we have to grow the herbs that we can share amongst each other. If somebody's not feeling well, we should be able to provide something to each other. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And thank you for coming. I have been do collecting herbs and growing them for over 50 years. My
Mm.
children, I have two children. The youngest one is 55. I'll put it that way.
Stunning.
And I have so many books on herbs. I make
Mm.
apple cider vinegar. I make kombucha. I make homemade wine. I make homemade everything. And I used to have a
Mm.
big garden. And with you name it. The people that bought the house, there are seeds like different kinds of okra, like the Israeli okra. I forget what they call it, what the name.
Mm.
But what I
Mm.
want to tell each of you is this: GQUAT stands for gardening, cooking from scratch, quilting, and all of the arts. That's what the Variety Channel is about. And there are so many GMO seeds, they're patented. There are farms where they can't even grow. They buy these seeds from these companies, and you can't plant seeds from anything else near them.
Correct.
Near them. And the only
Mm-hmm.
way we will be able to have, I forgot what the seed, heritage seeds, is by collecting them and exchanging them with each other. It's illegal to even mail some seeds in some states, in some
Correct.
places.
Yes. Yes.
Francesca was saying her girls like to finger knit. That's fun too.
Mm.
And fun too.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you can come up one day and show the girl. Well, not the because they're children, and I don't know how old they are, but maybe we could show their hands.
Correct.
Their
Nope.
hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys. Well, it's been look, Tasharia. I don't know if I said hello. If I missed anybody, hello, the jewelry spot. I've been watching you, Val, and I
Mm-hmm.
was gifted a membership on your channel. I've been there. My health, I was under the weather, you guys, since Christmas. But give me a minute to get caught up on all the chats. And oh, I see Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner. She will actually be going live tonight at 7 o'clock.
Excellent. And I'm not sleepy tonight, so I will be up and in it.
Oh, well, I have two fish to fry, so I
Mm-hmm.
will put my patchouli incense on,
Mm.
burning while I so that the whole place doesn't smell like fish, and a candle.
Yes.
And I'll be waiting for you guys to go live and
Oh boy.
asleep and asleep.
Mm-hmm. Well, clove, you can boil clove also. That takes the scent out of the air. And cinnamon sticks.
Yes, I do. I do that. But
Mm-hmm.
these patchouli sticks today,
Delicious.
I'm going to use those because the
Mm-hmm.
cloves are way up in the back.
Oh no.
And my daughter boils cinnamon, lemon,
Mm.
ginger,
Mm.
cloves, and
Stunning.
an apple. An
Oh,
apple makes
nice.
the potpourri. I used to
Mm-hmm.
have now that I think of it, what haven't I had in my life? Including three husbands, y'all. Been there, done that. But I used to
Yes.
have a really small crock pot for
Mm-hmm.
potpourri that used to burn
Mm-hmm.
around. So, you guys, in American Sign Language, this is an I, this is an
Mm-hmm.
L, this is a U. This is how you say I love you.
Uh,
My hands, I'm trying to hold them straight.
oh. Okay.
Mother ego amate, that means I love you in Latin. And thank you.
Blessings.
Blessings to you.
Yes.
God bless everybody.